Yo, what's up, guys? We're live. We're going to be doing a UFC 314 full card breakdown. We're going to give you guys our predictions for every single fight. So, got Fitz with me. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Pay-per-view week, always excited for the pay-per-views and ready to break it down. I really like this card. Um, at least from an entertainment perspective, I think it's a little hard to predict, but I think this card is going to deliver, man. I think this card honestly is stacked. I know we lost Protez versus Jeff Neal, which was a fight I was really looking forward to. I'm sure we were all looking forward to, but it's still stacked. Prelims are solid, but once you reach that main card, man, it's a stacked main card. Every fight's gonna be just a banger. It has storylines. I'm ready to go.
And yeah, dude, I mean, I feel like every fight, too, has the potential to be finished inside the distance. So, it's like all these fights are good matchups in terms of the rankings or in general, and then they're probably going to produce fireworks. But yeah, everyone in the chat, man, put your comments down below what you think about our predictions throughout the card, and like the video. And yeah, man, let's get into it. B next said nice week from you last week. Yeah, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, first fight we got Nora Cornell taking on Haley Cowan. And what do you think about this matchup right here?
Yeah, we were just talking about this one before the stream started. I like how Nora's looking, coming over as a kickboxer. Obviously had a loss in her last fight, but that's still Cavalcante, who I think is, one of the better prospects in the whole division. Haley Cohen, it's a little hard for me to read. I'm not too sure where she's really good at. I think if she wins this fight, it's definitely with the grappling. Holding Nora against the fence because in terms of the kickboxing, Nora's going to be levels above. Haley coming off a layoff, pulls out a lot of fights. Just a tough fighter to read. So, I mean, personally, I think the line is playable on Nora. I think she's going to get the job done here. Especially if we're considering damage versus control.
And do you think she could get a finish like she did versus like Melissa Mullins, or you think it's a more decision type of fight?
I mean, she's definitely capable of finishing fights, but just on a women's fight, yeah, I'll play it safe. Go Nora to win a decision. I think Haley's pretty tough. We were
Yeah.
talking about she fought a fight with a broken leg, so
The only reason why I'm saying that though is because Nora, if you look at it, 7 of her 8 wins are finishes though. So she's 1-2 in decisions. So it's like she usually gets the win inside the distance, but she hasn't had that many UFC fights either. So it's like a lot of those wins, maybe.
lower level, yeah.
Yeah. And Haley Cowan, I feel like she's really athletic. Like she was like a high level gymnast, and then she looks strong, like big for the weight class. But I, like you said, I just don't know what she's great at. It seems like she has good kicks, and she could push you against the cage, and she can wrestle you fairly well. But her grappling doesn't look good. Like she doesn't really hold you down the greatest. And then when she gets reversed, she's gotten submitted, I think, twice. Even on Contender Series, she almost got submitted too. But I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if she just goes out here though and just holds Nora against the fence for 2 rounds or a lot of the fight, makes it close. But like you said, seems like nowadays it's more damage over control, and you'd think that they want Nora to get the victory here, but I don't know. I mean, it's like I guess they were supposed to fight. Do you know why that fight was? I guess it didn't get canceled. They just moved it up, huh? So, but because it says they were going to fight May 10th, but um, yeah. Regardless, though, I think Nora is going to likely get the job done in this one. But I don't know. I'm not going to play it. I know you said you think the line you kind of like it, but for me, I'm probably going to pass that fight. But yeah, man. Next fight on the card, we got Tresean Gore versus Marco Tulio. This fight's pretty sweet, dude. I like this fight. I mean, Tresean Gore, he's had 2 of the sickest guillotines back to back. Like, bro, that guillotine he had on Josh Fremd, like, he almost pulled that guy's neck off. That shit was crazy, man. So I definitely think Tresean Gore is dangerous. Like, especially when you look at Marco Tulio's record. Like, I feel like he's been match made really well. He's fought a lot of strikers. Like, almost all his fights, people are willing to go in there and stand and bang with him, and that's primarily what he likes to do. But you watch his fight like with Glyco França, and he got taken down, and that was by a lightweight, so that's not necessarily the best to see. But he got put in some deep submissions, and he was able to survive it, and then ended up getting the finish. So I feel like he kind of proved something there in a way. I mean, Franza, like I said, is smaller. He was a little bit washed at that point, but he's still a good grappler. And yeah, I mean, Trayshawn, he has a chance in the first round, I think, but I feel like I don't trust his cardio. I think that Marco Tulio, shootbox, like you're showing right there, that camp, they're going to have good grapplers, man. And I feel like he's probably going to be able to avoid the guillotine. I mean, we've seen Trayshawn Gore get it back-to-back times now, so maybe people are going to be a little more ready for it. And I'm going to say Marco gets the knockout here. I just think Trayshawn's going to gas out after the first round. I saw him when he was fighting maybe it was Josh Fremd. It was somebody, but he was looking real tired, and then he got the finish. So might have been the Fremd fight, but then Brian Battle, he just wasn't doing anything on the feet. Like I don't feel like he is gonna pose much of a threat in the stand up. But what do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm with you. I got Tulio by knockout. You're talking about that battle fight. I thought Trayshawn Gore was gonna knock out Brian Battle, and since
Yeah, a
then,
lot of people.
I just haven't been on high on him. He's low volume on the feet. I think Tulio is just a better striker. I don't think he's going to be able to take Tulio down. Maybe Gore will show some, improvements in his wrestling. We really don't know. He came off a long layoff and got that quick submission. So you don't know how it's going to play out, but Tulio I feel is dangerous. He's got a lot of momentum. I mean, both guys technically have momentum coming in, but I'm going to go with the shoot box product. I'm leaning knockout, honestly. Tulio's a pretty prolific finisher. We see most of his wins come by knockout. Um, Gore has been knocked out before. I know he says he had like a terrible weight cut for that fight, but whatever. Tulio hits a lot harder than Cody Brundage, right? So
Yeah, you'd think so. Cody Brundage, though, that dude, it's like he's like finisher boss too, though.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Trayshawn Gore, like I said, I think if he doesn't get it done early, like round one, he's gonna gas because I just don't think he's gonna be comfortable on the feet. So I kind of like the inside the distance, but I'd have to look at the price again. I don't really remember right now, but maybe if that's a decent price, that wouldn't be the worst bet. But yeah, man, next fight, let you go first on this one: Sumidarji versus Mitch Raposo. What's your opinion on this fight?
Yeah, for me, this is back and forth. I mean, if we're talking just betting line, I think the value is definitely on Raposa. I like Mitch since he's been on the Ultimate Fighter too. I thought he was always really good. I'm pretty sure he was like the number one pick on his season, the Ultimate Fighter. Lost in the house, didn't play out how he wanted to, but he was very young at the time. His fight against Andre Lima, it's says split decision. He lost. It was a close fight, but he clearly lost. I think he's like should be wrestling more. He was striking a lot in his last fight. I'd like to see him chain takedowns here, especially against Sumadarjian. That's kind of been one of the big weaknesses of his career has been the submission defense. 6 losses out of his 7 by submission. So you would think Raposa would come in with that game plan. I think Raposa is training out at Extreme Couture for this fight camp too, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, he is.
But Sue looked, in the Charles Johnson fight. I don't want to say he looked really good because he lost it, and some people are like, really hyping up that performance, but it was a loss. For me, the one thing that really is holding me back from backing Mitch Raposa is I feel like Sue's a lot bigger than him, to be honest, and he moves just as well. Mitch is just like a small guy. Like if there was a 115-pound division, he'd probably be the champ, of men's strawweight. But I feel like Sue's going to be a lot bigger and definitely can knock him out.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Mitch, man. I think it's just for him. I think it's more mental because, dude, he was competitive versus Andre Lima in the pocket. Like he was winning a lot of those exchanges, and I feel like Andre Lima is one of the higher level strikers in the division. And I feel like Mitch has fast hands. He throws nice combinations. It's just like you said, he's a little smaller, so maybe he doesn't like the range so much early in the fights. And he's low volume because of that. But I feel like with Sumadarji, man, you look at Sumadarji, what's the main weapon that he goes to in every fight? The only thing he really has is the left straight, the left hand. Mm-hmm. And this is Southpaw versus Southpaw matchup. I mean, you'd think, Mitch Raposo, Southpaw versus Southpaw, he's probably going to be able to avoid that straight left. It's going to be really hard to land that unless Sumadarji is super slick. I mean, I think Mitch Pozo is going to be able to get inside. He's going to have the better striking on the inside, and then he just has to be all the way out and then mix in some takedowns. And I feel like I went back, and I know it was from a long time ago, but I watched Sumadarji's fight with that Zaruk Adashev guy who was like 3-2 overall. It went to this. I mean, he was like a shitty, terrible version of Mitch, and it was a close fight. I mean, it was like Sue hurt him at a couple moments to kind of clearly win, but if you like looked at it overall, like Zaruk Adashev was winning minutes in the fight, and I feel like if Mitch comes with that same kind of game plan, he can mix in the takedowns, which Adashev couldn't do. And I don't really think there's a submission on the table for Mitch, though. I mean, like you said, a lot of Sumidarji's losses are by submission, so I wish I would be like more confident Mitch could go out there and sub him, because then I would like be like, damn, like clear angle for him to win, but. I haven't really seen a lot of grappling like from him where he looked slick with the submission game. So I'm gonna say he wins via decision. I just don't like Sumadarji, man. I mean, this guy's supposed to be like a great finisher. He couldn't even finish match now. Like, dude, everyone knocks that guy out. He had him hurt like dead to rights.
He almost got him.
But bro, that's bad. Like you have him that hurt and you can't finish him. Like match doesn't know. Like Steve Ursak killed that guy. Like destroyed him. Like. I don't know. I feel like Sue's always been like a little overrated, man. But.
He's probably fighting for his job here, though. Is another thing you want to take in. I mean, both guys, though, honestly, could be fighting for their job.
Yeah, I mean, arguably both of them. Because Mitch, like you said, he lost on Ultimate Fighter, but he lost on Contender Series too. Like he fought, I can't remember. He fought someone on Contender Series or Jake Hadley, and he got subbed. And he was winning that fight. He won the first round versus Hadley on the feet. And then second round, he got taken down and gave his back, like, right away. Like, so it just wasn't a good look when he got taken down. But, I mean, I don't think Sue's going to do any of that. But, yeah, Raposo by sub plus 750. I mean, how many subs does he have? Is it, like, 2 or 3 or something? Three. And, I mean, I don't think he's really gotten any, like, subs on anyone to note, really, but... So I was looking at Sue's wins too, dude. Like Sue's wins, he has so many wins against guys that have zero wins in their career. He has like half of his wins are against people with 0 W's. But Gold Cap's going with Cowan. Yeah, man. I think that could be a split. But yeah, this next fight we're gonna talk about, my boy Michal Oleksiejczuk. And I was wrong. I'll admit that. I remember last time we were out here fucking arguing about that. No, I mean, I kind of knew. I didn't know he was going to lose, but I liked the value on him versus Shara. And, man, dude, I thought he looked good. Like, even though he got his ass whooped, like, for sure. But he dropped Shara. He did damage. He kept coming forward. And versus Adrikas Dumas, I mean, Dumas is tough. Like, I feel like he's underrated. Like, good jab. He's kind of, like, awkward, good length. And then he can mix in the takedowns, but I see Michal breaking this guy, man. I don't know about you, but I just don't think Cedricus is going to be able to hold him on the ground. And I just think Michal is going to be able to pressure forward, get on the inside. And I think he could hurt him to the body or maybe just rock him and finish him, man. I got a feeling that Michal is going to take out Cedricus. But, I mean, Dumas, I don't think he's ever been finished. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, honestly, I thought there was initially some value on Dumas. Michel's a guy I like to fade. That's your boy, But I know his training situation was real different. He was like training out of a garage, I'm pretty sure, for a while, and now he's training down at Fighting Nerds. So after learning that, I'm not gonna, this is stay away. Like don't bet this fight. This is the lowest level fight on the card, I'd say. I just feel like it definitely is. I mean, maybe the girls fight. Yeah, true.
You think the guys are better than fucking Subadarji and Mitch, man? Come on.
You think? No,
dude,
I'll take the flyweights.
Michal fucking finished Chidi Kawadi. Like
he's a beast on the feet, but he has some of the worst wins, grappling in the. He's a terrible grappler.
Cedricus is gonna sub him. Like,
No, he can't sub anyone, dude. But he can control people. I mean, he controlled
he
Brundage.
did.
Brundage is a better grappler than Michelle.
But Cody Brundage was giving him
That
the
was
take. He
that
was
was that was
jumping.
a that was a crazy. It was a crazy performance. That's the worst fight ever, I'll say.
Like, bro,
But
that
and on the feet,
that was such
Michelle's
fucking
gonna rip him
ridiculous.
apart on the feet. Is the thing. That's why I mean I'm gonna lean Michelle, but especially with the fighting nerds. But there's a chance that Cedric controls this fight with the grappling. I wouldn't be the most surprised person in the world. It's a clear weak point for Michelle. So you hope though he's been getting rounds in with Kai Berhalio, and working on that.
Yeah, and him and Kyle fought. That was
Oh
like he
yeah.
actually was doing good in that fight on the feet. But yeah, whenever he gets like put on his back, it's over for him. But yeah, we'll see. This fight, I think he can get the job done here versus Rodriguez. This is a big step up for Dumas, man. If he wins this, it's like he's gonna have a hard fight next. But the next one we got Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa. Man, I really like Darren Elkins. I'm a big Darren Elkins picker. Like, if you watch my channel, I feel like I pick Darren Elkins in more fights than like almost anyone on YouTube. And I've gotten it right and wrong. But this one, man, if Julian Erosa doesn't win this fight, man, that would be a horrible loss to me because he has all the tools to win this fight. He has the cardio. His grappling is really good. He's hard to hold down. And he should have a huge advantage on the feet. But, I mean, I don't know why something tells me this is going to be a fucking sloppy war where it's like 29-28 either way. But Arosa just has the way of doing that, man. Like, he'll go out there, he'll kill guys that are really good, like high-level guys, and then have bad losses and, fights that are way too close. Like, I was watching his fight with Steven Peterson again, which I know is like from a while ago, and it's like, man, he should have dominated that guy, and he made it so much like harder of a fight than it had to be. Um, but I got to go with him, man. I don't know if he's going to submit Elkins. I think Charles Oliveira is the only guy that's ever subbed Darren Elkins before, but regardless, I mean, it's possible. I mean, he has really good submissions. I feel like he's going to knock him out, though. I mean, if he doesn't, it could be dicey, but what do you think here?
I mean, I'm surprised you're not saying. I don't almost want to say take a shot on Elkins, dude. I mean, you're saying you don't think he's going to submit him. I'm almost positive. I mean, you think he's going to catch Darren Elkins in a guillotine? Elkins, who's been training at Team Alpha Male for his whole career. The guy probably has the best guillotine defense in the world if we're keeping it real. I mean, I would bank that he will never get caught in a guillotine. Watch now. Of course,
but he's not getting gassed though. That's the thing that I know
Rosa,
about
but he's getting chinned by Francisco Padilla. I mean,
yeah.
at minus 500
Elkins is
against
going to
Elkins.
KO him. You think?
I mean, I think it's
like that would be shocking to me, dude. Like, what has he ever got a standing knockout like in his career? A head kick. Holy shit, he did. Respect
against Bektik, yeah.
I mean, maybe, bro. I mean, maybe you're onto something. But
no, I think it's going to be Erosa. I just think
like,
the line is a little wide.
Yeah, I get what you're, because it's like Erosa is not usually a guy you see at that price at all. So, and he's got it knocked out by low-level guys, like I'm saying. But, man, like, dude, this guy beat, like, Nate Landwehr. He beat Christian Rodriguez. He's beaten all these guys, and then he's going to lose to Elkins. And, like, at this point,
Landwehr's kind of just like Elkins, It's
but
a very
he
similar
dominated
matchup.
Elkins, though. When they fought, he was, like, talking to Dana in the middle of the fight. Like, dude. Like, I don't know. If Elkins wins, he's the man. I mean, this guy's been able to get, like, so many wins that people didn't think he was going to get for, like, years and years. So, eventually it's going to end. But, I mean, if he gets another one, it's not like I'm going to be mad about it. And I'm not going to bet a roast at that price. But I just feel like, on paper, man, you have to pick him to win. I feel like he's going to get the job done. And talking about on paper, picking someone to win, I mean, this next fight, Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller – I feel like a year ago, and we're talking about the odds. I mean, with Chase Hooper at almost minus 1,000 or like minus 900 a year ago, don't you think Jim Miller would have been like minus 110 or something? It would have been like, if this was before he fought Slava Borshev, I think a lot of people would be picking Jim Miller to win this fight. But I think a lot of people feel like Chase Hooper has leveled up quite a bit, and but do you think he should be this big of a favorite, minus 900? And what do you think about the fight?
It's a crazy line for sure, but I mean, I'm pretty. Hooper would probably be like my most confident pick if I'm just picking someone who I'm most confident is going to win. I mean, at this point, the age difference. I'm just a big fan. I think a lot of people are becoming fans. That's why the line is the way it is. I think Hooper's looking like an animal out there. Honestly, the ground and pound is nasty. The grappling is elite. His grappling, like the way he rolls, like his wrestling isn't there, but his grappling is without a doubt elite. Like he has jiu-jitsu matches with like the best of the best. And Jim Miller, legend of the game, from New Jersey, always will hold so many records. But I think Chase Hooper is just too much for him right now. That was just too much of a task for him at this stage of his career.
Yeah, I agree. Ultimately, I feel like Jim is just going to gas. I do think, though, like, if these guys had a grappling match, like, Jim Miller could easily compete and hold his own for sure. Like, he could even probably win, like, a pure jiu-jitsu match. But it's just the gas tank for me. I feel like Jim Miller, Hooper, man, the way that he fights, like, he's always hanging on you. He's so big. And I feel like he just gets these guys tired. He's a great scrambler. And, his striking is getting better. I mean, I don't know if he wants to be on the feet with Jim Miller, though. I mean, early on, it's going to be some issues, man. Both these guys are southpaw. We've seen Jim Miller fight other southpaws and destroy their legs, dude, with leg kicks, like Dustin Poirier. So if Chase Hooper, like, is a little too confident on the feet early and, like, gets compromised, I mean, hey, maybe Jim Miller could do something. And I think Jim Miller, round one, man, you can bet that. Put some small money on it. You're not gonna like be mad if you lose because he's had so many first round wins. I mean, look at his last fight with Damon Jackson. He goes out there, snatches that dude's neck so fucking fast. Like that was sick, dude. The way that he got, like he could get that on Chase Hooper. It's unlikely, but he could do it. Like how much better is really like Chase Hooper than Damon Jackson? I don't know if you could say he's levels and levels above him. Like you might could say he's better than him at this point, but I mean Jim Miller could catch him, man. It definitely could, but I just think he's gonna gas it if it goes longer. I kind of like this fight to end inside the distance, maybe end via submission. But I was looking at Jim Miller round one sub plus 2,800. I mean, to me, dude, bro, if you put $100 on that, you can win.
You think he's gonna sub him?
Bro, I mean, look how many subs Jim Miller has in round one. He subbed Charles Oliveira. He subbed Damon Jackson in round one, his last fight. Damon Jackson has how many submission wins? Like the guy's a black belt. Like
I mean, you think you don't think Chase Hooper is like a level above even a guy like Damon Jackson in terms of the grappling?
I mean, Chase Hooper is losing to Renato Moicano in grappling matches. Like, I feel like Jim Miller is a better grappler than Renato, personally. I mean, but I get where like I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying, dude.
No, there's value there.
At those odds, he has a way better chance than what is that like a 2% implied probability? Like, I feel like he at least has 10-15% chance to get a first round sub or a first round finish. Like, go click on his record right now. I bet you he has like 20 first round submission wins. At least
20.
Bro,
21 wins by submission, yeah. 14 in the first round.
28 finishes, and like I bet you majority are round one. I mean, yeah, Miller round one 16. Plus 1,800. I mean, 16 in round one. You're saying?
Yeah, 14 submissions and 2 TKOs.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but dude, at the odds, like I feel like that's good odds. But nah, Jimmy, what did they say about it? I didn't see, but yeah, I mean, as a pure pick, I think Cooper. Do you think Cooper's gonna finish him too, or do you see it going the full distance?
I think I would inside the distance. I think he can ground and pound or wrap up the neck.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, that's my pick too. It's gonna be Chase Hooper. Probably round 2 or round 3. I'll say he gets a KO, TKO on the ground, but could be a sub too. But I think it'll be on the ground. He'll get him tired and finish him. But next fight, Virna Jandiroba versus Yan Xiaonan. And I mean, I don't got a big breakdown in this one because it's a pass for me. I feel like either girl has a clear path to victory here, but I'm going with Virna. I mean, I feel like in the women's division, man, there's something about having a chin and just not giving a fuck. Like, and Virna has that ability. Like, she could go forward. She's not just gonna freeze like Tabitha Ricci and throw 0 strikes in the fucking first round. Like, she's going to go forward and eat shots to either get knocked out, which I think is unlikely. I mean, she's never been knocked out in her career, or she's going to get the clinch and probably drag it to the ground and either get the finish or do that 2 out of 3 rounds. So maybe Yan Zhang could keep it at range, but I just don't think that Virna is going to play that game with her, that tit for tat. She's going to close the gap. And you've seen Yan, like, she's improved her takedown defense, but I think lesser girls like with clean takedown to taking her down. Like Mackenzie Dern was judo throwing her, where I think Virna is like levels above with their clinch takedowns. Um, so yeah, I'm leaning towards Virna, but I can easily see Jan maybe sniping her, and I can honestly, man, I think this fight could. It's obviously not likely, but you could maybe bet like small on this fight being a draw, man, because I could see
No.
either girl winning around 10-8 in this fight. Like for sure. Like Virna could go out there in 10-8 in round one, take the back, ground and pound, maybe almost get a sub and, tie her out, lose round two, round three. Or Virna could go out there and dominate the first 2 rounds and then get beat up in the third round. I think both those are kind of like plausible outcomes. But I'm going to go with Virna by decision. But what do you think about it?
Yo, ultimately, I agree pretty much with a lot you said. It's close because in a striker versus grappler matchup like this, they both have such clear paths to victory. I'm going Virna though. I'm a little more confident than you. Like I'll have some money on Virna just because. I mean, dude, we've seen Yao Jinan, look like she's improved, but she also, was getting finished by Carla Esparza, and that was Carla sliced her like butter, and that might be, Carla hasn't finished too many people in the UFC, so to get finished up like
Yeah.
that was a bad look, and the grappling's just a clear question mark, and Virna is, in my opinion, she's shown she's a lead on the ground, dude. She's the best the division pretty much has to offer in the grappling. And I think she gets a decision here. I think Jan will hang tough, but I'm going Virna by points. I think they put it plus 120 in the chat, but that's the pick here. And like I said,
No,
pretty.
plus 210.
Oh, plus 210. Wow, I flipped the
Yeah.
numbers. That's yeah, I'm gonna be on that.
Yeah, I think that's, dude. One thing about Jan that I'll give her credit for. I mean, I guess fucking Jason Herzog helped her out, but this girl is so hard to submit, dude. I mean, Mackenzie Dern had her like dead to rights like 5 times, and then Weili Zhang like choked her out cold. And for some reason, Jason Herzog let the fight keep going, but she's definitely not going to tap, So I think this fight going the distance, if Virna wins, is pretty likely. I mean. But yeah, Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson in this next one. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, honestly, this is, I mean, the main and co-main event I said are toss-ups, but man, I was thinking about going with Dan Ige here, but I feel like Sean Woodson is gonna just win the minutes. He's gonna throw more volume, and I feel like he's shown some weaknesses. Like he's gotten hurt in fights before, but his boxing defense is good. Like he has a really good guard. The one thing I feel like to beat Sean Woodson, you can get in on his legs. I feel like take him down. If he's against the fence, he's so tall. He's really hard to take down because of his posture. Because he's really good in the clinch. And I also feel like he could be successful. You could hit him with leg kicks because he's so heavy on that lead leg. His legs are so crazy long, and he's a boxer, so he's heavy on that front foot. So if I'm Dan Ige, I'm looking to take him down. I'm looking to chop the leg kicks, but I think it's Woodson here. I think Woodson's gonna pick him apart for 3 rounds. He's gonna move around. He'll be able to take some things from that Lerone Murphy fight, and I think this is gonna be people starting to see like, wow, Sean Woodson might be like a contender in this division. Like if you look at the work he's putting in, he's on a real good win streak here. This would be by far the biggest win. Big step up in competition here, but I think Woodson gets it done. What about you?
Yeah, I agree, man. I think Sean Woodson's a beast. The guy's underrated. Like his boxing is really good. You could see him getting clipped, but he rolls with shots really well. And I think this is like a great matchup for him because it's like the type of fighter that he's really been dealing with for the majority of his career. I think he's had a lot of tricky fights recently, man, where like usually you're not going to see someone that, I mean, he was still probably significantly longer than a lot of those guys, but like Padilla, Alex Caceres, even Charles Jourdain, like these guys are like Saldana, kind of lengthy. You know what I mean? They're similar body types to him. Where Dan Ige is short, compact. He's going to be trying to pressure forward and get the takedown. He can't really strike on the outside. And Woodson is so used to like guys trying to walk him down and hit him with these big overhands, big punches, and he can fight off the back foot really well. I mean, that's the whole reason why he kills himself to make 145. You know, so and Dan Ige, I was kind of looking the same angle as you, like potentially he could work the wrestling, but he hasn't had more than one takedown in a fight since 2018. I saw, so he just hasn't been able to really implement his wrestling. Even with Lerone Murphy, like he got him down in the first, and he did drop him. Like that's one thing neither of us talked about. Danny Gay, like if he connects, he could put him out because he's has one punch knockouts, like where you walk away KOing guys, which you don't really see a lot at 145. But I don't think he's gonna find that shot to catch him like that. And yeah, I just don't think he's going to get the takedowns. Lerone Murphy took him down like 4 times. So Lerone Murphy was out wrestling, forcing him into a stand-up fight, kind of just box him up. And I don't think Ige's ever been knocked out, man. So even though Woodson, like he finally showed some finishing ability his last fight, he's probably going to go back to a decision. And I think he's going to get the job done, man. But main card time, and first fight on the main card is a banger for sure. I mean, we got the return
The
of
whole
Nikita
main card,
Krylov.
like I said, the whole main
Yeah,
card.
dude.
Let's just say real quick, dude, it's stacked. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like, bro, like we actually have been talking about Nikita Krylov, like where is he at? When is he coming back for a while now? And finally, we're seeing him again in the UFC. But there's some sick fights throughout the whole card. But with this fight right here, Nikita Krylov versus Dom Reyes, man, interesting one. But I got to go with Krylov, man. I just feel like he's a wild man in there, man. You see him fight, the guy's just throwing caution to the wind on the feet. Like he's coming forward with these wild combinations. His kicks are really nice. And I feel like his kicks are going to be effective in this fight if he can, set him up right. But Reyes, man, early is going to have a chance to counter him and knock him out. Like that's going to be his path to victory. I feel like you look at Krylov's career. I mean, most of the time when guys beat him, though, they have to take him down and either submit him or grind him out. I don't know if he's gotten knocked out one time. So yeah, his chin is really good. He usually can take damage. Create that craziness and either get it to the ground or end up finishing you on the feet with some sort of crazy strike. And I feel like he's underrated, but man, I mean, he's coming in against the confident Reyes, who's gotten back-to-back wins again, and has been active, whereas Krylov hasn't fought in over 2 years. So this is the best opportunity or like best chance I feel like for Reyes to maybe get the jump on him. But Krylov, like you just showed, I think he's only 32 years old, so he's still young. He's got a lot of experience, like when he was younger in his career, like especially for 205. So I feel like he's still gonna have life in there, and I just think he could take the damage better. And if he makes it a crazy fight and doesn't let Reyes kind of control it with his power, I think he'll be able to find the finish. So I got Krylov here. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I'm a big fan of Nikita Krylov. This is, I think we're planning on doing another stream Friday. We're gonna have more information on this fight by Friday because we're gonna see
Yeah.
how Nikita looks on the scales. I also haven't gotten time to watch his media day. That's one, like I don't watch all the media days, but I'd definitely be interested to see what they're asking him, just because there's a lot of unknowns, about his layoff, about what he's been doing, and before I'm really backing him here, because Reyes has looked pretty good, and I'd be all over Nikita though. I think he's just a way more well-rounded fighter, but um I don't know, man. It's tough. I feel like there's a chance like Reyes can sleep him here if Nikita, maybe he hasn't been in the gym. Maybe he's been dealing with he's like right on the border of the whole. He's like in the mix of the whole Russian Ukraine conflict. So there's definitely some weird things going on his situation. So that's why in terms of if you're betting him, I just struggle to have the confidence to back a fighter with that many unknowns.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, like you said, maybe by Friday you'll have like enough information or confidence to bet him. But yeah, I got Krylov. You got Krylov for now. But next fight, Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. Sick fight, man. I mean, I've been a fan of Pitbull for so long. I bet on him in a lot of fights and cash, but man, I feel like he's coming in the UFC at the wrong time, man. Like I haven't liked how he's looked in the last couple of years at all. Like you watch his second fight versus AJ McKee, I think that was like it's almost to me like it's not the same because they didn't have the same length of time with the rivalry, but like Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira because Pitbull he lost the first time that they fought him and AJ, and that was like the biggest hyped up fight in the history of Bellator. The young guy undefeated against the best champion ever in the promotion and he came back and he beat him, and that was like an incredible win. And he was able to get a couple of nice wins after that, but
That fight like super lackluster though and super close and nothing
yeah,
happened.
it
So I don't
was.
know. I don't know about an incredible win.
Well, but I mean, just like at 37 to come
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and
that was a bit. Yeah, you're right.
like just like if you look at it on paper, like for your resume, that's like probably the best win he's ever had or one of them. Like just if you're looking at it, like it's might be I guess him or Chandler, like those are his two best wins. But yeah, like Daniel Strauss is a great win. I mean, he has good wins, but what I'm trying to say is like after that fight, like dude, Sergio Pettis was a flyweight in the UFC. Like he fought at 125, and he dominated him
Yes.
on the feet. Like it wasn't even competitive. And then you watch his fight with that other. I mean, he came way out of shape. He was kind of fat. It was like the Volk that fought Islam the second time but he got knocked out by Suzuki, man. He got KO'd, which he's known for having an iron chin. And he's 5'5". He likes to hang back, counter punch, real nice calf kicks, great grappling. The guillotine he has is nasty. Like he's a really hard guy to fight if you're a good wrestler. Like you got to close the distance on him. He's gonna snipe you. He's gonna leg kick you. He's gonna be able to have submission threats. But on the feet, like versus Yair, like he's gonna have to figure out how to close that gap against a guy throwing crazy kicks, punches from different angles, super speed, way longer, taller than you. I mean, Yair's like almost 6 feet tall. I think Pitbull's like 5'4". Like it's a huge difference, man. Like so, Yair. We saw AJ kick him in the head and then guillotine him. So I just feel like Yair's so much more dynamic on the feet than AJ, even though you could say they're kind of similar in their build and all that type of stuff. I think Yair's way more dynamic on the feet. Pitbull, if he can like rock him or take him down and get Yair in like a bad moment, I think he could finish him because Yair is kind of like he's kind of flaked out in fights for like we just saw with Ortega. But I kind of feel like he's gonna dominate this fight, man. I think he's gonna be able to defend a takedown or two, and Pitbull's not gonna really push the wrestling, and then he's just gonna beat him up on the feet. He might even be able to get him out of there. So I got Yair. I feel like man, Pitbull has been talking a lot shit to the UFC for years, and I think Dana White got him at the right time where like he's probably gonna get some losses and yeah. But what do you think about it?
Yeah. So I mean, we've seen this story before. The Bellator fighters coming into the UFC as underdogs. Chandler was an underdog. MVP was an underdog. They both won. Pitbull coming against the underdog against Yair. I gotta agree with you, man. I think Yair's gonna pick him apart on the feet. Um, he's so fast, so dangerous. Um, he's got to manage his output because he doesn't want to gas against Pitbull here because Pitbull's not going to gas. He's definitely not going to gas in a 3-round fight. I don't think so. and he's going to be dangerous throughout the fight. He carries that power. But I agree. Yair, I think, could finish him in round 1 even. I don't know if I'll be so bold to pick that because, like you said, Pitbull, super tough, legendary chin. But Yair, man, presents a lot of danger to every opponent he faces. Look what he did to Josh Emmett. If you guys forget what Yair is about, so yeah, give me Yair. I'm on the fence like you. I don't know if I'll be bold enough to pick that TKO or decision. I think he's pretty safe. He's at like what 2-1 odds right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly that. I think it's all right. It's a decent price. Maybe look for like round 2 to start and Yair or something like that. But yeah, give me Yair to get the job done.
yeah, and like even the bookies, man, I'm looking right now, like they're kind of the same where they got the fight ends inside the distance -110. So they're kind of like, 50-50 if he's gonna finish or not. But yeah, I got Yair there. But man, next fight we got Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. I feel like this is probably this might be the biggest fight of the year for the UFC, which is
People's main
crazy to
event,
say.
yeah.
Like but in terms of hype, but fuck, man. And tomorrow they're gonna have the press conference. I feel like it's gonna be even crazier, man. And one thing about Bryce Mitchell, I mean, dude, this guy is good at hyping fucking fights. Like a lot of his fights are like, dude, when he fought Ilya, that shit was like that was a great build up. Like he's a great like even if it's whatever it is, he entices people, man, and I feel like he's real authentic. Like
Exactly. That's what it
so,
is. It's the
yeah.
authenticity. That's why people like him because he's just himself. And I mean, he's a character. Not every fighter is going to be Bryce Mitchell, but he's not playing a character. And that's why I think people fuck with him.
Yeah, exactly, man. And Gene Silva too. I mean, I feel like it's kind of weird. It's like when you're online and you're looking at it, it's like Bryce has like majority of the love, and then when it's in person, it's like all anti-Bryce. So we'll see like what the actual sentiment is like on fight night. I'm gonna be curious to kind of see like I probably people are gonna be going for Gene, but yeah, man, I think Bryce has like a great chance to win this fight. I feel like this should be closer to a pick 'em. Like, and I always forget Gene Silva, so it's like if he wins this one, man, I probably got to stop doing it. But I'm gonna pick Bryce. I mean, I just feel like Bryce is underrated, man. You look at his striking on the feet, like people like act like he's a horrible striker. I think his striking is pretty good. Like when he was fighting Taporia, he was competitive on the feet in the first round. Like you could argue that was like a 50-50 round. He took him down a couple times as well. And I mean, he got caught with the perfect shot by Josh Emmett. Like anyone would have got KO'd by that, man. I mean, so it is what it is. Like it's not like he's out here and got KO'd 5 times before or something like that. It was just happened that one time he got caught and then Ilya got him, but Ilya didn't even like knock him out cold or anything. It wasn't like he killed him, but he submitted him. But I feel like Bryce, man, he can move around on the feet, make Gene Silva miss and just be awkward enough to where he could time some takedowns. And if he can get on top, he could change the course of the fight, man. He can land ground and pound, he could hurt Silva. And I don't know if Silva's going to be able to defend these takedowns, man. I mean, he got taken down 3 times in the first round by Charles Jourdain. And if he's getting taken down by Bryce, he's not going to be getting up super easily like he was against Jourdain or maybe some of these other guys that have taken him down. I mean, Bryce's grappling is top notch. He probably has some of the best grappling at 145. I mean, the way he blends submissions together, the way that he's able to control on top is just super good. Like if he gets a takedown, Gene isn't just getting up so easily. So the other thing that I like in this matchup for Bryce is I don't think he's gonna play that, bullshit like friendly game with Gene that he likes to play, where Gene likes to kind of lull guys. I feel like he is taunting you and then he's high-fiving you all the time, and it's like he's trying to buddy with you, and then he's exploding on you and catches you. And Bryce just has to stay locked in, man. I mean, don't fall for any of that bullshit like chicanery stuff that Gene Silva's doing. Move around on the feet. Don't engage with him like crazy. Like if Bryce comes in there emotional and is like trying to exchange with him, I mean, yeah, he's probably gonna end up getting clipped and knocked out. But if he moves around and times the takedowns, I mean, what have we seen from Gene Silva to tell us that he's gonna stop the takedowns for one, and for two, be able to do anything with Bryce on top of him. Like, I don't think he's proven any of that. The one thing that I think Bryce could do is throw kicks, man. I mean, throw kicks, because if he ends up on his back, I don't think it's going to be an issue for him. And when Gene Silva defends kicks, he's always pulling back, man. And when he's pulling back like that, his head is way behind his hips. I mean, you could just take the fucking guy down. So I think Bryce Mitchell has a good chance to win this one, man. At the odds, if it was a pick 'em, I'd probably lean towards Silva with the momentum.
I don't think you're not picking Silva.
With them, I mean, I don't know. But I got Bryce in this matchup, man. I feel like Bryce is going to be able to mix it up and get the win. And we haven't seen Gene against a wrestler, so we'll see. This is his chance to prove me wrong here, but what do you think about it?
Fuck, I gotta agree, and it's tough, dude. To fade Gene Silva right now is not a fun thing to do, because I mean, you talked a lot about ways for Bryce to win this fight. The way Gene Silva wins this fight is he decapitates Bryce Mitchell and puts him out cold. And there's a real possibility he does that. This guy has one punch power. Like, the Jourdain knockout is sick. The Melsick, you were almost gonna pick him. Melsick's got a pin. He put him out, dude. And Bryce, I think he's tough too. I don't think, like, just because Emmett got him so bad, like, he doesn't have a chin. But Silva can put away anyone. But I just think Bryce Mitchell's grappling is really, really good. And I think he's being a little disrespected at the line here. And I'm backing Bryce Mitchell. I'm not going to bet the sub. I see a lot of people saying it's either sub for Mitchell or knockout for Silva. I kind of disagree with that. He stopped Weston Wilson's takedowns. Yeah. Okay. I think Bryce Mitchell could win a decision. I think it could be a close fight. The thing that is really holding me back is I'm watching the Dan Ige fight, and Dan Ige was hurting Mitchell too. So it's not just the Emmett fight, man. He gets touched up.
But Dan Ige, dude, Dan Ige is one of the like. You think he hits Gene Silva and him probably hits the similar, dude.
Exactly.
Look what Dan Ige did to fucking who's the guy he fought not his last fight, but his last win where Andre Feely.
Yeah.
Where he just killed him, man. Like, I don't know. They both are walk off. Dude, Bryce Mitchell, he has to fight all the hardest hitters, bro. Like, he fought Edson Barbosa. He fought Josh Emmett. He fought Dan Ige, Ilia Topuria, and now he's fighting fucking Gene Silva. Like,
and people wonder why he says the craziest things online.
They're putting him in there against fucking hitters. Yeah, people wonder why.
This is the CTE.
So I mean, but he's won half of them and he's lost half of them. So we'll see. Like, maybe if he could get over on Gene Silva. But man, 145. Now they're thinking about it. Like I just said it like that, dude. They got like. For size parity, they got some of the hardest freaking hitters in the division, dude. It's like they got guys Lopes. That walk off KOs. Yeah, Diego too.
Steve Garcia.
Yeah, for sure. Even freaking Yair and Pitbull can knock you out too. But yeah, man. Co-main event time: Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. Another talked about fight, hyped fight. Chandler's still chasing the Conor fight. He's going to call him out after he loses again. But, yeah, who do you think is going to win this fight, Fitz?
Fuck. I mean, I have alluded to it. I'm stuck. Originally, I was pretty confident in Chandler. I thought it was going to be on that side. I think I probably still will end up with Chandler. But I see a lot of avenues for Paddy to win. I thought it would be Chandler on the feet, but Paddy will be able to hang with him in the striking. He's going to slam the leg kicks in. He's going to be wild. The reason I lean Chandler is because this is 5 rounds. I think Chandler has the ability to go 5 rounds more. I think Paddy might gas out here, honestly. It's tough, dude. If Paddy gets on top, I think Chandler's in big danger. I know people are going to point to that. He just went 5 rounds with Charles Oliveira. Every matchup is different. Just because you survive 5 rounds with Charles doesn't mean like surviving 5 rounds with Paddy is a walk in the park. That being said, I mean, I feel like Chandler's going to be, Paddy doesn't move his head, that head is right there to be hit. That chin is in the air and Chandler throws bombs, dude. We're talking about hard hitters at 45. Chandler's a hard hitter at 55. Could definitely look like that, Dan. Hooker performance where he gets him going backwards and just flatlines him, or even how he had Charles Oliveira against the fence in that first round of the first fight. Stay tuned for Friday for an official pick. Right now, I'll probably still side with Chandler. I'll go knockout, but I'm looking into Patty a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, for me, man, I'm not going to bet this fight. To me, it's like a fight that I'm just going to watch for fun. I feel like I can't be super confident in either guy, but just momentum wise, and I feel like Chandler is one into this position, man, where he just does what he'll come in here and take losses for the UFC, man, and it is what it is. Like maybe he can catch Patty and knock him out, and I do agree with you. Like if he gets in around 4 and 5, I think you could live bet Chandler, and maybe you could get a finish or something, but. I don't know. Patty, I'm not even a fan of his style, man. Like everything he throws is from the left side. It's like he's a one fucking sided fighter, but he makes it work. I never liked the style, but somehow he always finds a way to win these fights. And like you said, his grappling is really slick. So I do think he is live for a submission. You said like, and you're saying people would say he didn't get submitted by Charles, but like he got submitted by Dustin Poirier. So like, I mean, if Dustin could submit him, I think Patty could definitely submit him. You know,
I saw Patty say that his grappling is way better than Dustin.
well, in terms of
come
like,
on.
if you look at, I bet you he has a lot more submission wins.
Well, yeah, because Dustin's got way better hands than Patty. He doesn't need to use the grappling, but Dustin's come on, he's a good grappler.
Yeah, that's true.
He took down Conor faster than Khabib did.
Well, that was Conor with a broken leg, though, or whatever the fuck. If Jared Gordon beat him, yeah, I mean, but Jared Gordon isn't like I feel like Jared Gordon is more durable and is more durable than Chandler, and like I don't know,
It's a different style matchup.
Yeah,
Gordon
like
just told him.
But I get what you're saying, though. It's like Chandler is dangerous, man. It's just like, how could you trust this guy to win a fight? It's like every fight that he doesn't win, he has this moment where it's like he's right there on the fucking doorstep to finish. He doesn't finish him, and then he ends up either getting finished or getting beat up for the rest of the fight. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how Patty's gonna win. Like, I really don't have a good breakdown for you guys. I feel like I'm like waffling here, but I just feel like Patty is gonna either like hurt him and club and sub him or something. I just think Patty is gonna get the job done here. I get Chandler is dangerous, but I mean the guy's almost 40, isn't he? Like he's getting up there, man, and he's another guy that's really small. Like you watched him in Pitbull. Like I know they say he's 5'8", but he's not. He's probably like 5'6". Like, and then Patty's tall,
big.
man. So I think he's going to be a lot bigger than him. But yeah, I mean Chandler's always live in a fight, though, man. I mean,
and Patty's was like rocked by Luigi Vendramini. Like he got rocked.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, Patty's also like he won a 5-round fight against Julia Rosa. I mean, he went 5 rounds with a guy that has like elite cardio before. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could shit on both of their resumes, like you know what I mean. Like you could look at Chandler.
I don't think you can shit on Chandler's resume.
I mean,
dude.
Chandler lost to
Chandler's
Will
been
Brooks,
in legend.
Will Brooks 3 times or something in a row.
But he beat Eddie Alvarez. He beat
Eddie Alvarez by Tony though, like in the first round.
and then put him on a UFC highlight reel for the rest of history.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I actually like Chad. I'm just like talking shit about him now, but it's like you can like both these guys. Like I said, I don't like Patty either. Like I was so confident Jordan Levitt was gonna beat Patty. I was so confident.
That's your bias.
And he was doing so good too in the fight, but like man, it's like it is what it is. But. I just think Patty's going to find a way to get the win, man. But, yeah, main event time, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. Man, vacant belt. Honestly, man, one thing I want to say before we start this fight is I want to know what the fuck are they doing with Ilya, man? Like, how are they going to have this vacant title fight without telling
Ilya's
us,
going to be fighting Topuria, dude. It's the only thing. Like, I don't know why they have
Islam, you mean?
Islam, yeah. He's gonna fight himself.
Yeah, but why don't they announce it though? Like they
I guess
shouldn't.
they just don't have a date. It's probably Ilya probably wants more money. Ilya's probably
Yeah,
asking for a huge paycheck.
I
That's
don't
what I
know.
would guess.
Maybe, but it's like, dude, he gave up his belt, so I feel like you gotta like say what he's gonna do next. But I don't know. Either way, they're gonna fight for the vacant title here. Um, and I want to pick Volk, man. I really do. It's like I know he's the better fighter. I literally went and watched. Like I was watching Diego's. Like I watched his fourth and fifth round against this Nate Richardson guy on Fury, and Nate Richardson, like people shit on that loss, and it's not like a great loss, obviously. But Nate Richardson's a beast, man. That guy was actually gonna fight for Fury's ripping off UFC, but they were doing like some bad motherfucker belt. Like he was gonna fight Laurent Estevez, and it got canceled. But that was gonna be like he's like a high level guy like for regionals, and he ended up beating him like, and you could tell that Diego was super gassed in the fourth and the fifth round, like he was dead. So
I mean, look at
clearly
him in the
that's
third round against Ige.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I went and watched that fight because I was like, he probably got tired in that one too, and he did. So even with Brian Ortega, like round three, Ortega got hurt at the end of the round, but he was way more competitive in landing like a lot in round three on Diego. So Volkanovski, I think the game plan is clear. Like early on, move and feint a lot and just try to avoid the counters of Diego because Diego's a counter striker. Like the guy is not necessarily someone that's going to pressure you and like walk you down and throw combinations like Ilya was doing. Like Volk should be able to move around on the outside and keep it like a low volume fight. But I just feel like Volk is going to have success. This honestly, I see the fight happening. I think he's going to be like early on doing really well. Maybe he'll dominate the first round with his speed, like his feints. And I just feel like he's going to be having a lot of success and he's going to get overzealous and he's just going to get clipped. And it's going to be like either he gets rocked and then submitted and like choked out cold or something, or just gets knocked out unconscious. Like I see a bad ending in this fight, man. I don't know why. Like I just don't think Volk is gonna get the belt back, man. I feel like his time's kind of passed. But man, what's the streak? Isn't there like that 18 fighters in a row where they haven't won after 37 or something?
Yeah, in like 155 and below. I will
Yeah.
say though that's like what happened in Volk's last fight. Like he had a really good first round against Ilya. He got overzealous and he got knocked out. You think someone like Volk, who's one of like the greatest adjusters of all time, is kind of going to make the same mistake twice?
I mean, I don't. He got KO'd 2 times in a row. I
By
know
the
the
by
first
the
one.
number one, maybe 2 out of 3 of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, though. In my opinion, I mean it's
Yeah, for
John,
sure.
Islam, and then Ilya. So look who he's losing to, and that Islam KO was on 5 days' notice. When he fought Islam with the full camp, it was a controversial split decision or unanimous decision. You know, so yeah, he's taking a year off. His it's not made of chicken wire. My thing is, I just don't know how dedicated Volk has been in this time off to getting that belt back. He has so many other things going on. He's got that YouTube channel, the cooking channel. He does, but if you look at his Instagram, he's locked in, man. This fight camp, he looks really good. There's
You
comparison
see the
pictures.
shape he's in,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. He's in a lot better shape. I'm going Volk. This is one of the all-time great fighters. Diego Lopes, I mean, I'll pull it up, but he's on a really, really impressive streak in the UFC. All these wins. The Evlov taking on short notice. I was there live. It was sick. The crowd was going nuts. Made easy work of Gavin Tucker. Tucker's a solid fighter. Look at Sabatini. Look what he did to Sabatini.
Yeah.
Sadiq Youssef, really good fighter. Danny really good fighter. Ortega too, savage. So he's had a really good run in the UFC, but as good as all those guys are, they're all levels below Volk. And if Volk is, still that guy, he still has to be that guy here because Lopes is dangerous.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
he's just a little. I mean, I feel like Volk, haven't look what he did to Yair. I mean, I think that's
But
they posed like
that was almost 3 years ago at this
yeah,
point.
that's
Like
fair.
that's.
That's
I get
fair.
what it's like
I mean, watch the
like I
first
said,
round
I
with
want to pick
Ilya. He did really well. If he can fight like that here, he'll cruise to a decision.
Well, to me, this fight, like, if you look at it from a matchup perspective, like, it's the same kind of fight as him versus Korean Zombie, but obviously Diego is like a prime Korean Zombie, not like the washed version that Volk fought, where it's like super sharp counters, and Volk dominated that fight. So that's why I said I want to pick Volk, but I don't know. It's just like a gut feeling, man, that I just think like it's hard for me to picture like after the fight, like Volk with the title again. Like I feel like that whole era of UFC is over, man. Like they're all those champs are gone, man. Izzy and everyone, but who knows? I mean, obviously this is he's not fighting Ilya again. Like he's getting an easier matchup to get the belt.
It'll take a fighter like Volk's caliber to break that streak. It'll take someone special. And for me, Volkanovski is one of the all time greats this sport has seen.
Yeah. Well, if he wins this one, man, I feel like that'll be one of the biggest like wins in UFC history. He'll solidify himself for sure as like a top 10 all time UFC fighter.
I mean, all signs point to Diego, like momentum, the stats, storylines, everything. I feel like the card is like kind of like a Latin America in UFC, kind of built around Diego Lopes becoming the champ and becoming a big
I do
superstar.
wonder, like I wonder how many like if there's even ever been an instance where like a guy, former champ, got KO'd like back to back, and then they came back and won the belt, like But man, I mean, if he does, that'd be sick. It's not like I would rather Volk win. Honestly, I like Volkanovski, and I feel like he's like started to open up more like his personality at the wrong time. Like, dude, he should have been more like this like 5 years ago, online with his persona and all that. Because I feel like he's the most popular he's ever been right now, but he just has to capitalize on it, But yeah, man, full card breakdown predictions video. Thanks for joining me, man. I thought it was fun. I thought we broke down the card well, gave you guys some good perspectives. So, anything you want to say before we get out of here, bro?
Yeah, check out TikTok Fitzmagic MMA. Let's hope we can get back here on Friday to like a final recap. I'll be sure to be decisive with all my picks. Just, I always like to wait to the weigh-ins, wait till the face-off for me. Some people will say that stuff doesn't matter. Me personally, picking the fights, I like to see them squared up with each other. I like to see how they look on the scales. I know you got to beat lines sometimes, but sometimes you need all the information too. It's a yin and a yang. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Can't wait. Just make sure you enjoy the pay-per-view. It's going to be sick. I'm telling you, this main card is going to deliver. Like, I'm so confident. If there's anything I would bet on, it would be that this card, this main card especially, the fights are going to be bangers. I really think so. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, man, for sure. I agree. And I'll give you guys a play of the week. I'll say my play of the week is Mitch Raposo. I know me and Fitz disagreed on that one, but I'm going to say Mitch Raposo will be the play of the week for me this week. I think he's going to get the victory. So, yeah, that's going to be the play I give. But, yeah, man, this week we got PFL going on. So I think that's going to be happening during our stream. Maybe we could talk about those fights a little bit while they're going on. But probably going to have some coverage on that on Patreon and some other stuff over there. So go to Patreon, check that out. Hit the like button on this video, man. Support the channel. And like Fitz said, check them out on TikTok. And, yeah, thanks everyone for coming on in this live, and we'll be back soon, most likely Friday, doing another video. So peace out, guys. Talk to you guys later.